Testing. Welcome back to the 100 Millionaires Podcast. My name is Walter Murillo. The point is not to work, it's to generate income. I'm here with Michael Shine and Mitch Jorsky. Mike, bring us in. I know you got a closing you got to jump to.
Passive income from passive income.
Yes. Hey, Mitch, how do we do it?
We organize and collect to make that income, which Mike's going to go do right now as he gets another closing done.
So, Mike, we appreciate you, brother. We'll catch you on the next one. Go get that closing. And Mitch, we're gonna talk about the highest ROI. Before we do that, Mike, what is the big event? You mentioned Ultimate Partnering.
Ultimate Partnering. It's Dave Lindahl's program, and that's it's just, you don't have to do Dave's program, but it's just they just have, it's all emphasizing partnerships and partnering, and it's just a lot of heavy hitters in the room. So yeah, I recommend it. Although it's this year, it's the same weekend as Walter's event, so we're going to the summit instead. So
yeah. I'll have bigger hitters in the room than Ultimate Partnering. So
yeah, it wasn't even a thought. So
thanks, Mike.
Yeah,
enjoy your closing, brother.
Yeah, what was I going to say? There was something about the my little thing about networking, because I know you're going to talk about networking, is that don't judge a book by its cover. Because I was talking to someone that, was having some struggles and, stuck with her and helped her out a little bit. And she just came back to me with a 31 room boarding house deal off market. And, if you were sort of judging that person, you would say, oh, there's nothing going on, but she actually has a ton going on. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on networking,
So you never know where that relationship will lead.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll jump back on if
we may be here, Mike.
Yeah. Right. See ya. Bye.
All right. Later, brother.
Go make that money.
So, Mitch, because you and I just went through a crazy networking event, and everybody thinks this is a training event, but it's not a training event for us. It is a networking event. Although we did get to see Rick Ross, which was cool.
We did get to see the boss, Ricky Rose.
So I brought, before this call, me and you kind of put together a list of, and Mike, added a list of events that make a lot of sense to be at, not because of the training, but because of the people who are in the room receiving that training, paying to be there. What kind of value is available in high ticket rooms versus low ticket rooms is the talk that I want to have today. Because I was at 10X this weekend with you. And by the way, you are an absolute beast when it comes to networking, right? Like the connections you were bringing over were nuts, just crazy.
I'm the ultimate wingman, whether it's networking or any other facet. Do the same thing when I'm out with my boys in downtown.
So what was your biggest takeaway? What would you say was like the biggest relationship? You don't have to drop names, but what was the biggest relationship you connected at 10X?
Ironically, there was two, and one of them was with someone that I actually already have somewhat of a relationship with, another South Florida person who's a business guy, an entrepreneur, but also main thing is real estate. So that was interesting because if I don't see him there, we don't have the conversation we had, and that might lead to us potentially doing something. And then from there, it was just interesting because whether you realize it or not, somehow people gravitate towards things they know. So like the other group that I connected with, the one guy's a tried and true New Yorker, and we kind of hit it off. And then obviously one time I mentioned crypto, and then they talked about what they do, this, that, and the other thing. There was possible synergies there to not only for me to do business with them on a project they just launched, but also for them to potentially level up Leo Finance. So that connection is not only something that could mean business for me, it could also help level up, Leo Finance, which, I'm involved in and hold a bunch of coin. So that, might be a, two for the money. So just very interesting because you never know who you're going to meet. You never know what people do until you talk to them. And, if I'm not in that room, I don't run into, the acquaintance that I already have and talk to them. I never would have thought to talk to them about what we talked about. And then those other guys, just running into the resources you need that sometimes you don't even realize you need.
Yeah.
And if I'm not in that room, it doesn't happen. And it's very true about the level of people you're in the room with, because most everyone I talk to that I connected with, and there's possible synergies or anything, were people that were at a higher level entry point. Yeah. Which is good though, too. Like I'm sitting there with my executive badge, right? And all these guys are wearing like VIP or diamond or whatever. And it's like, well, I'm glad they're talking to me and not judging me for my badge. Because, but I think in the end, if you're a good business person, you're smart enough to, receive some information to see if there's any, potential win-wins there. So for me, I'm blessed that right now, crypto is still new, crypto is still hot, and crypto is something people want to touch more. And when you're at an event and you literally start getting called the crypto guy, it definitely helps with it, it kind of gives you credibility. So I didn't really have to, not that like I'm going to prove myself anyway, but I didn't have to like prove myself or anything. Like people looked at me as the crypto guy. So like it was kind of like already having credibility just from the jump. And part of that is from others sharing that. I mean, Mel basically, told the one guy, like, like Mitch is the crypto guy. Like he's been doing it for years. He taught us everything about crypto. Like, so that is great when you go to events with people that you already have established relationships with, because they become your best spokespeople. And I did the same, obviously, with Alchemist Nation. Anytime I saw someone that'd be a good fit for the platform, I was like, you got to meet my buddy Walter. And I did the same thing with the two guys, the New Yorker and his partner. I was just like, I texted him. I was like, bro, I'm out here with my boy. I want you to meet. I was like, come out. And they came out.
Which is crazy because those two were probably one of the better relationships of the 20 core contacts that I made and I'm following up with. I looked at them and said, man, like these guys are marketers or digital marketers, but they're beasts in their arena.
Yes,
so they're going to be able to scale up what we're doing.
Oh, yeah.
I made a weird contact with somebody I thought was selling me, right? I was at, we were at 10X and there was all these like salespeople, all the Grant Cardone salespeople like, oh, buy tickets. You got to buy this event. You got to buy this program. And this guy was like, hey man, what's your business? What do you do? Cause I was wearing the 100 Millionaires shirt.
Yep.
And he came over and he was like, what is that? Like, what is this 100 Millionaires?
I'm wearing those t-shirts to sell money. I was telling Cal, I'm like, bro, you should be wearing a Leo Finance shirt, everything. Like we do the AMA. I'm like, why are you not wearing a Leo Finance shirt? I was wearing a Leo Finance shirt and he wasn't. I'm like, come on, bro.
Like rep the brand because you got to make it cool. So other people start sharing it, but they start having conversations with you.
Exactly. Like, it's the conversation starter.
Yeah.
It's like a warm lead. They come up to you asking what your thing is.
They're already interested. There's already some sort of engagement. And, if you have a hard time, like jumping into conversations with people, wear the shirt that draws people in. So this guy, AJ, comes over to me and he's, like, oh, what is that about? Turns out he runs all the marketing for Grant Cardone, like runs all the marketing.
Oh, yeah.
I take a picture with him. He posts on Instagram. He texted me this morning. He says, hey, because I followed up with him. He texted me and says, hey, do you know Fernando Oliveira? And I was like, yeah, that's my brother. And he says, like, that's crazy. Fernando was one of my coaching students. So I texted my brother. I was like, hey, do you know this guy? Just send him a picture. And it's all happening at the same time. I was like, yeah, man, he's like a beast when it comes to marketing. He runs all of Grant Cardone's marketing programs. And it hit me that my brother had talked to me about this guy. I already had access to this contact.
Wow.
I said no like a dozen times. He's like, dude, you got to talk to me. You got to talk to me. You got to talk to him. I kept saying no. I was like, dude, I'm not interested in some new relationship. Some, guy who works for Grant Cardone. I'm not into that. But I meet the guy at the event and I'm totally blown away by his mindset. I'm blown away by the fact that he was interested in the 100 Millionaires. And now I have a relationship with him. But like, it's kind of the same story as your guy. Like we had these kind of access to these contacts. We didn't see the value until we met them in person or saw them at this particular event with this particular intention. And like the opportunities that spring from these connections are insane, and like marketing, man, like marketing from Grant Cardone, like how he does it. He's probably one of the best marketers out there. Now we've got access to that. So the pay to be at events is an understatement. Pay more to be at the same event because then you get access to multiple days. right? Like the VIPs were there an extra day. They got access to these unique parties that were small, tight. And then the diamonds had access to even smaller rooms.
It put you in a room. It like basically it put you in rooms with higher level players each time. And I'll tell you what, though, you know what I loved about that event was that, like, he's a marketing guy, he's a sales guy. There's a lot of selling, there's a lot of products, all that good stuff. But that event provided so much more than it needed to. Like, he basically threw networking parties, like Saturday night, the block party. That was basically a open bar,
for all the food and the drinks, man. Like nothing. We paid for nothing.
It was all included, basically networking party.
Right. Like
and
I
then
don't even
even
do that at the
Sunday.
summit. I'm like, yo, cash bar, you pay for yourself. But he's like, he spent $8 million on making sure that the people who paid were taken care of.
And even Sunday, when the event was over, and everyone came out of the conference room, everyone was hanging out in the big hallway networking, and he had them roll out open bar. Like I was like, what is like? He was like literally encouraging people to hang out and stay and network. Like the event was over. Like he owed us nothing at that point. Owed us nothing. He
made his money. He even told us on stage, he's like, I made $12 million running this event. Right?
Was
like
that Grant?
12. Grant, yeah. So he said, this event, the day I start it, is already paid for itself. So that $8 million that he invested was paid for by the ticket sales. That's why his ticket sales so high.
Yep.
But then he made 12 million while he was at the event. And then he did an open bar for us. Like we weren't buying anything. He was just
how did he make the 12 million at the event?
Sold stuff, man. He sold some great products. Clearly.
Oh, okay.
He made 60 grand just like in the last 15 minutes between me, Dorina, Melanie, Steve, Kim, and John. He made another 60 grand, right? Because we were like, yeah, all right, like we'll buy diamond tickets for next year.
Yeah.
At the early bird price.
He's doing this with the discount. Cause I mean, what are those like 20 G's?
Yeah.
Like if you buy them regular.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, listen, it almost worked on me.
I look at the ROI. I look at the ROI of my money. I'm like, am I going to be there next year? Am I going to be there diamond? Yes. Like, of course I am. Like, do I want to be in that room? Do I want to be?
Is that where you were sorry, was that where you were this year? Were you diamond this year?
No, this year I was just an executive.
We were regular common folk.
I missed out on the yacht. I missed out on all the little
Is that the
parties.
highest?
Yeah.
Is diamond the highest?
Diamond's the highest.
Oh, is that the one that Kim was talking about? Is like 20 grand normally?
That's the one.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's why diamonds are built under pressure, right? Then you got the executives, right? Executives are cool. They're good. Then you get the VIPs. The VIPs are like right under diamonds. They're very important. And then you got the executives.
Yeah,
awesome.
I don't know.
This year he just cut out the general. He said,
so why didn't you pay for it, Mitch? What the hell happened? Everybody's going. You're not going. You're not diamond.
I didn't FOMO.
This is what
I mean, I can give you my thought process at the time. I'm also like Walter though too. It's just like, nope, I need to go process this event first.
Yeah.
Wow.
Emotionally, it's heavy. Emotionally, it's like a lot to go through to deal with all those people all at once.
It's also, I looked at it this way. I was like, in my mind, just like my decision was this. It's like, all right, if I do diamond, I'm doing it so I can be on the yacht next year with it, which we don't know if they're even doing that, but be on the yacht next year with like whatever it is, 50, 80 other people, high net worth people, because all the other stuff I really don't care about, like front row seat to the stage stuff. I'm barely in the room anyway. So that's not a value add to me. Like, so it was literally like, do I want to spend $7,500 to be on a yacht for a few hours? That was
access to the people in those few hours. Yes.
Yeah.
The answer
that's
is
always my decision is always with any of this stuff is like the networking or who I'm going to meet. I was saying with Ken Walls, like I'm doing that program, but it's really, I've told it to us. I mean, I tell him personally, I say, hey, it's the people, I'm just,
right. I said the same thing to him. I was like, man, I'm in here just because of the relationship I want to have with you. That's why I invited him to the 100 Millionaires Summit, because he has the contacts to everybody who can change pretty much anybody's life, right? But for my goals and where I'm looking to go, he's got all those contacts. He's built them up. I think he underutilizes them, but I know how to utilize them, and I'll make sure he gets paid for all those relationships.
It's so true. I mean, I've seen it. I saw it with my buddy.
I see Kim and Mark on the call. What's up, guys?
What up?
Yeah,
it's so true though. I mean, I saw it happen with my buddy with the whole Go Abundance thing. He became part of that, and he became this spokesperson for like their entry level stuff. But now he's friends with like Brandon Turner and like all these, other guys that now he's doing things and working with people he never would have worked with otherwise. Like,
it's like the National REIA. I went so hard, donated so much, volunteered so much time at the Boston REIA. In June this year, I'm speaking in front of the entire National REIA at their semi-annual event.
Oh,
so
nice.
105 real estate National REIA owners, like the guys from all across the country who run those stages. I'll be speaking in front of them, talking about Alchemist Nation. Thanks to that relationship.
Yeah, congratulations. That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, I went out to dinner the other night with my friend Ed and his wife, and we were talking about when you level up that he was saying you have to put the GU in front of your name. So I will become Guayco, and he'll become Gwed.
When you level up in life, there's now a GU, right? You got to become a G.
Gwenda, Brenda.
I don't even know what's happening.
I said, "Oh my God, Qualter's gonna love that."
That's money. So anybody who changes their name, no, I'm not even gonna say that. Just know you want a G in front of your name at any event. Right. The DR, the doctor, is getting old. Now you want a G. You want the GU.
It's the
So I promised the community I would mention a couple other events that are money events where you can connect with the right people, because the ticket price is high, and then the quality of the speakers, the quality of the room is where you want it to be, or at least where we want it to be. If we're dealing with people who are going to do work for us, partner with us, bring capital for our deals, then this list of events are the money we've built. Obviously, okay. Side note, 100 Millionaires Summit coming October 21st to the 23rd. Hang out with millionaires. There'll be 100 millionaires in the room. We're expecting 1,000 attendees, but 100 of us are millionaires. You're going to get a chance to rub elbows with millionaires, hang out with millionaires, serve millionaires, and get access to potentially partnering with millionaires. Talk to
guys about crypto.
You'll be talking about crypto, stocks, investment business, and real estate, especially heavy on real estate. I got an event I'm going to next week, which is the 150 real estate investment influencers in the market. I was on a call last night with Bob Allen, the grandfather of real estate investing. And Bob Allen said, "Man, I can't wait to take a selfie with you." He already said it. It's going down.
That's awesome.
So coming to the 100 Millionaires Summit, if you don't think I'm going to push the idea of Bob speaking, man, you got me messed up. You don't know who I am. The other events, like local REIAs, that's how I met Mike Shine, right? I met Mitch at a local real estate investment group.
Yeah, those are key.
We talked about 10X, ultimate partnering, which of course, ultimate partnering, unfortunately, is on the same week as the summit this year. So 100 Millionaire Summit is where it makes more sense to be.
Yep.
Funnel Hackers Live.
If you're a beginner, by the way, before you go on with the list, if you're a beginner, those REIAs are amazing. I just went back to one for the first time since pre-COVID. It's been running a little bit live, but I just didn't get a chance. Oh my God, so much value in that. This was just the Rhode Island REIA, and so much value in that room. So many the people that are running it, just the people that are there. I could have spent, I was following Walter's room. I wasn't leaving till I was the last person in the room. So yeah, it was super valuable.
We did the same thing at 10X, Mike. We're all closers. You got the right idea, man. The REIA is where I've connected with some of the best, like biggest relationships that have made in this business, including you, right? Become a partner in multiple businesses. And we wouldn't be where we are if it wasn't for the national REIAs. And then there's some other events. Some events don't exist anymore, right? Like Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, the Millionaire Mind.
I wish I had seen that one. I'm bummed out. That's
such a cool event. Such a cool event. Train the Trainer was an event they used to run. That was a room of all catch these guys before they become superstars, right?
Mm-hmm.
But events you can still get to, the Multifamily Mastery that Jake and Gino put together. Mitch loves that event, so I'll be there this year.
I'm always going to be biased to that event because that's where I met Darina. And if it wasn't for meeting Darina, I never meet Walter. And if I
Right.
never meet Walter, I don't meet Mike Shine.
Oh, yeah, right.
And if I don't meet Mike Shine and Walter, I'm not on this podcast right now. And
Ooh.
I'm not speaking on stage at 100 Millionaire Summit. And I'm not leveling everybody up in crypto.
In
So
crypto, right.
basically, we can thank Darina for getting you guys richer with crypto because she is the hub to it all.
That reminds me of It's a Wonderful Life. I don't know, you kind of said that if Dorita wasn't around, all these things, like the movie, all these
Yeah.
things would not have
So, I
happened.
mean, it goes to show you, you go to these events and all it takes is one connection to
Right.
really, literally like completely pivot your life. Like the last 2.5 years of my life look completely different if I don't go to that event and meet Darina.
Right.
100%. 100%. Like,
It's cool.
and Dorina was running a local REIA, right? If I hadn't
Right.
been so intent on going to the REIAs, I wouldn't have reconnected with her. If it wasn't
Right.
for the Secrets of the Millionaire Mind event, the intensives, I wouldn't have connected with Dorina in the first place.
Right.
So like,
Mine was Rhode Island RIA. Stay till the end because people are talking. Met Walter, and Walter's like, come to Fall River and learn about real estate. And now here we are because of COVID and Zoom and all that stuff. We're nationwide. So cool.
this is by far the live events where it's at.
Yeah.
My next guest has jumped into the room, so we got to end this podcast.
On the wrap.
All right.
I will say, I
Peace.
will end it on the event that I think has the next biggest potential for us before the summit is Funnel Hackers Live, the ClickFunnels Russell Brunson event, because they're all digital marketers. They're the kings and queens of websites, of traffic, of social media. And so for scaling out any platform that you've got running, like the people in that room have the ability to do it. So I plan on hanging out with those guys this weekend, not this weekend, this year at the next time the Funnel Hackers runs. So
Nice.
Mike Shine, take us out of here, brother.
Organizing massive income
Yes,
from
say it.
passive income.
How do we do it, Mitch?
We organize and collect to get that massive income from passive income.
The point is not to work, it's to generate income. 100 Millionaires Podcast. Give us a good review. We'll see you on the next one. Cheers to your success. We have a choice.
Always work with the best.
Peace out.